It became the framework, right? I think NFTs are going to be that for our society, and it has a utilitarian value. It is the biggest technology shift since the internet. The blockchain, the consumer blockchain is the biggest new thing since the internet itself. And more importantly, here's why everyone's fucking it up. Everyone's thinking about it like it's the internet, which is why they don't understand it. When the joke,
I've never thought it
of,
like the internet.
I'll just right click and save it. It's a JPEG, ha ha ha, is when people are basically turning into their mothers. What I mean by that is all the same kids that made fun of their parents for not having an iPhone when they had a BlackBerry, or for not having older, my generation, not.
No one's mentioned this part about NFTs. Actually, the first thing when I heard about NFTs is I kind of laughed, and I looked at it as a way to launder money. So like a little information back in days and days. So art, buying a piece of art for rich people is a tax write-off. So there's ways to launder money, turning in something that has no value. If someone has a bunch of cash, buy a piece of art by somebody, and all of a sudden, by them drawing something, they can create something that's worth $1 million. So this gets overlooked in like the whole art world, and NFTs is a perfect example of making the value of something to launder money. If anyone knows how the cryptocurrency was made as well, it was made off the dark web. And it was made back in gambling, and a lot of the drug dealers used it to buy drugs and Xanax overline in foreign countries. They buy with Bitcoins and for gambling money. So therefore, that's why a lot of rich people that were like more dark-ended people and drug dealers, that's how they got rich off that with the rise of that. And so the NFT is kind of like a new network my personal opinion, just from understanding money laundering and how rich people want to move money, is no one sees it like that. And these rich people are moving their money around like this. And if you call these things a product, or if you call them art, it is a value of currency that you can move by a simple photo. So if you start to look at it like that, it can make more sense to you, because that's the way I look at it. And so that's why I look at all these cryptos and these NFTs as a false illusion of a value, because they're as valuable as much as somebody wants to pump into it, how credible that person, of just like you're going to trust that person holds their money into their whole value. And yeah, that person had 10 buddies to go buy that because they owed him fucking money. Gary V's got 5 buddies that owe him money. Be like, yo, why don't you take that money that you owe me, pump that into an NFT, and just go purchase this from me. I'll take it that way and it'll hold the value, pump my stock, and then when it gets high enough, I'll dump it, I'll get my money back. And if that simple algorithm that I told you, you don't think is real in crypto and in the stock market, but more so in the NFT now, because that's where the dirty motherfuckers are going. The more the government gets involved, and the more the blockchain gets submerged to the masses, the more that shit can start to happen. And that's when the credibility goes down. And then so the other people are like, fuck this, we're moving out. Let's create a new way to move our money. And that's now the NFTs. Gary V's, he's pumping it, but that, take my word on it, that's the next brink of money laundering. Anyways, my take on that.